Bonjour, hello. Today I'm going to Gap, which is our capital of the commune. It's also the highest capital of a commune in France at 758 meters, I think it is. But it's about a round trip of about 110 kilometers, 55 there, 55 back. I'm away gadget shopping. Now, what for? I'm not going to jump the gun. I just want to see what I can and can't get, and maybe there's one or two extra things, I don't know. I'm going to one of these shops. It's like the British cash converters. Very, very good shop for buying good stuff cheap. So we'll see how we get on with that. I've got one or two specifics I'm looking for. The rest, who knows, we'll just see. I've just left Les-Orres 1800. The temperature up there 30 degrees. It's warm. Down the mountain here I've just found a little shade in front of a tree, and I'm just sitting here just doing the intro. And down here the phone is actually telling me it's 39 degrees, as near as damn it 40. It is unbelievably hot. So driving about with the window down here, I don't drive with the second window down because otherwise the hair goes everywhere and I can't see anything. But I've got these, with it being the Saxo being the exclusive model, it has these little back windows that just open a little bit. The lock hinges are a bit tired when they're open, so they can flick shut and things, but I kind of jam a cork in there. It does the job, so it keeps the air fresh in the car. Also, with the car not having climatisation or air conditioning, it's parked in an underground garage. It's very, very cold, so it kind of keeps its heat for a while. So I'm going to hope that there isn't any traffic on the main road, because if there is, there's nothing worse than sitting in a car with no air conditioning and 40 degrees in a traffic jam. See how it goes. Anyway, on with the video and see what I can go shopping for today. So yeah, it happened. Ahead of me is the side of the lake is a village called Savine. It's very popular with all the tourist activities. And inevitably, with its speed limits and all the rest of it, it does develop queues either side. Now I'm looking at the bridge at the other side. There's no queues there, but there's queue this side. It is moving, albeit slowly, so I can still get a bit of fresh air through the car, but not the best. And hopefully that's the only one between here and my destination. So that first little bit of traffic, it wasn't too bad, got clear of it in a few minutes. Got another one here just as we approach the village, and oh, it's getting hot. Maybe I have to stop for an ice cream somewhere. This is the main reason why I don't like going places in high season in summer. These roads just get absolutely choked. This road here is the main road between Italy and Provence. Everything comes and goes here. So just dropping in now into a 50 kilometer an hour speed limit, doing exactly half that, 25. Savine, or its full name, Savine-le-Lac. It is a lakeside resort. Quite a pretty little place really when it's not bunged up with vehicles. And this is also one reason why I like to drive an automatic. The smell of, right, just move over and let some bikes past. See if I get a heel out. Yes! And again. No. Even the bikers are hot. So yeah, it's the smell, the overriding smell. That last queue just came up a hill, and the overriding smell of burning clutch was ridiculous. Nice to have an automatic. Aside from that, it's just so much easier. If I just let this car ahead, sort of get a wee bit ahead, you can see the beautiful view ahead, beautiful turquoise colour of the lake. Mountains ahead. Mount Columbus, you probably can't make it out unless you're on a big screen. The one with the masts on top. You can actually drive to the top of there, and the view to the east over this direction is just phenomenal. And yeah, just never fail to appreciate my surroundings and the beauty of this place. I've got a beautiful view of the mountains up the left of me here. Ahead you can see all the speedboats and sailboards and sailboats and all sorts. It's just a huge playground in the summer. Beautiful place. So that all cleared. It's obviously the traffic slows down, not just for the speed limit, but for people who are walking over the crossings. I think there's 5 crossings down that last straight that I just did. See the boat ahead, towing some of these guys on the sort of inflatable rafts and that. Coming across, and what a beautiful view, look at that. And you can see the queue coming into the other side of the village now. What an excellent place. I think we're about to drive over a speedboat. It's just about to go under the bridge. If this keeps moving, we should have this timed just about right. Just drove over one little one. So yeah, Mastercraft just heading through and under the bridge from the right there. He'll just pop out to the left. So we're about halfway, maybe about halfway to Gap, to the city. There's the speedboat the other side. And hopefully it's going to be clear. We do have a little village called Les-Orres, which can generate a bit of a queue, and also Gap itself, but hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I'm not roasting up too much. And just you'll see by the sky, absolutely clear. There's the odd clouds on top of the odd mountain, but the majority of it, and certainly above us and all around, is just absolutely clear. Scorching hot day. So just coming into Les-Orres, little village with a roundabout and a couple of gas stations, a couple of shops, and the cutest village you ever saw. And yeah, this isn't too bad, the queue going in. So I think my time in mid-afternoon is pretty good timing. So just coming into a little village just before Gap. Little sign just came past there warning us of speed cameras, which during the confinement were all repaired and replaced after the Gilets jaunes, the yellow vest demonstrations. A lot of them got wrecked, and they've replaced them, and they've replaced them with new ones, with average speed ones and updated ones and newer ones and stuff. And that's a little anomaly in France now, because at the same time the government, you can see him just coming up to a sign here, it says remember 80. Great, no problem. Well, I'm doing about 70, there's no point in rushing with all the traffic. Keep a space ahead of me. And if I was following that van ahead, I'd be in his wake and I wouldn't get the same cooling effect. There's a new camera there. And the anomaly is that if you go to the other side of Gap, it's a different commune. And the French government, in all their wisdom, decided that with all the demonstrations and all the uproar about the dropping the speed limit from 90, yeah, on you go, man, from 90 to 80, they then decided, well, we'll leave it up to the individual communes to decide if they want to go back to 90. So you go to the other side of Gap with the same quality of roads, and your speed limit is 90. So imagine coming through here as a foreigner that doesn't know the roads. 1 minute your national speed limit's 80, the other minute your speed limit's 90, and then back to an 80 again if you're just travelling right through. And this is the main road between Provence and Italy, or Italy and Provence. So yeah, nice wee money making schemes going on there from the government, trying to recuperate stuff that's cost them during the crisis, the global crisis. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to just keep away from this guy in front, and it doesn't look like there's going to be queues going into Gap. And of course, little village, Pont-Sarazin. This is where I bought the Saxo from just over 3.5 years ago, with its warning. It's not got any speed cameras in here. The French kind of keep their speed cameras for the open roads. I think they probably make more money doing that. Bigger differences and bigger fines they can hand out and stuff. So just before Gap, you can see the traffic ahead of me. It's building up a little bit. Nothing serious though, I've seen it backed up way beyond here. And here we're arriving in the city of Gap. It is a city, but it's only just a city, it's a small city. So keeps a 70 speed limit until the actual city, out the boundaries itself. Nothing serious to report here. And again, just looking at the day, beautiful clear day, just the odd puffy cloud. Wow, it's so hot here. Really, really, really hot. When I've done my shopping, I was just making a beeline home, that's for sure. Very hot looking tourist, yeah. So just coming into the 50 limit here, there's no traffic. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm lucky because I'm actually going to just this side of the centre of Gap. I'm not actually going to Gap itself. It's all industrial estates down the side here. And I'm going about 2 roundabouts in, I think. 2 shops I'm going to be visiting. One is kind of this shop that I've mentioned, this French equivalent of cash converters. And the other one is the electronics department and gadget department of a supermarket, one of the biggest supermarkets about. So yeah, traffic seems to be free. Thank goodness. The next thing, try and find somewhere to park in the shade, which is always difficult. Quite a lot of traffic heading out the way. Just make a mental note that when I finish with these shops, I do know a little back road that just skips all this nonsense and takes me right to the outskirts again. So I just came off the main road there and I'm at this place. It's called Cash Express. So anywhere to park in the shade, there might be a place around the corner. Okay, so an objective or 2 achieved. First thing I wanted to get was a fan for the amplifier for my radio. Now I thought I was going to be picking up some kind of little thing that would just sit back to back on it, but I've got this guy instead. It was only a £5 and it looks like a beast, so should do the job. And just in case it doesn't, there was another one for a £5, so we'll see what happens. I can always use one for the linear, one the amplifier, and one for me, just have it permanently blowing on me just to keep me cool, because it's really, really hot down here in the Alps in the summer. Next thing is, second objective was to buy a little tablet. Now, both of those fans were only a £5 each, €5. Got a little tablet here. I already have a tablet, but this is to be used for work, where I can set it up at reception and have a permanent connection on it, so the clients can actually have a video chat with me on it if they have some repairs for me to do. And it saves me in the current crisis having to have sort of face-to-face. The face-to-face is going to be virtual. So quite happy with that. It was only 25 quid for a tablet. And it works. We tested it in the shop there. So the other thing, a little bonus that I got is I do a bit of flight simulator, but I broke my last joystick. So I've got a really nice one here for Windows, and it was €6. It's a belter. It's got everything on it. So obviously for gaming, but the more it has on it, the more you can adapt it for flight simulator. So yeah, I'm going to have some fun with the toys, and that's objective achieved. Now, 40 degrees down here, way too hot. So first objective, get an ice cream and a small can of cold juice for the trip home. And the second objective is make that trip home and get back in that cold garage and back into chez moi. So I'll cut it loose at that. I'll leave the camera in place, although it's roasting here. I've been keeping a kind of towel over it because it does get way hot in the sunshine. So if there's anything else, that'll take the form of a rollout in this video. So thanks very much for watching. As usual, you can subscribe down there when you have done. Click on the notification bell for alerts for future uploads from MaxMountainWorld. Make comments. Click on the thumbs up and the thumbs down that's down there too. Share this with people online, offline. Subscribing on YouTube does not get you spam. That's one important thing. So Until the next video, again, thanks very much for watching. That's today's adventure, going shopping for gadgets. Ciao! Ahead of us, the clouds, that's Italy over there.